Merry Christmas, friends! Since we've already covered The Nightmare Before Christmas and the terrible Casper's Haunted Christmas, let's look at something also kid-friendly that's hopefully better than Casper's Haunted Christmas movie. After the animated film Spookly the Square Pumpkin was released, it became a big enough success to get several other videos made in the Spookly universe to be shown on YouTube. Eventually this led to another movie being made for Netflix in 2019. It was a Christmas special involving the most popular things on the internet. Cats! This is Spookly and the Christmas Kittens. This 45-minute long animated film starts with a flashback centered on a little green kitten who's lost with no home. That is until he's picked up by the one and only Santa Claus. He gives him the name Mistletoe and even makes a collar for him that has the pendant of the North Star on it. It's a nice and short bit of exposition before we get back to Holiday Hill Farm where we meet Spookly and all the other talking pumpkins. It's most of the same cast of the original film minus the two bats who I assume are hibernating at this point. But now the farm is covered in snow and all the pumpkins have to start this movie with a song about Christmas.
It brings goodwill and joy to all and heaps of holiday cheer. It's Christmas snow, a very merry ho, ho, ho.
Since The Nightmare Before Christmas already had Halloween creatures singing about Christmas, I guess this isn't that weird anymore. Pumpkins celebrating Christmas seems to be a nice compromise between Christmas lovers and those of us who still love to be spooky even in December. After Little Tom decides to put on a Christmas extravaganza and start holding auditions for it, that's when Mistletoe the cat crashes into the farm by way of being wrapped in a snowball. Unfortunately, it seems that he took a good knock to the head in the process, so now he's completely forgotten where he came from. So Spookly, being the kind soul that he is, says that they all have to help Mistletoe find his way back home. This escalates when an owl suddenly swoops down and steals Mistletoe's collar, causing the green cat to chase it all the way off the farm and into the snow-covered woods. Spookly wants to go out and help him, but everyone around him makes every excuse they can think of for getting out of it.
I'll be more than happy to go with you if what? If Little Tom and Big Tom go too.
If they go. Come on, boys. We gotta go stink up an act.
Apparently, even years after Spookly appeared and everyone went through the experiences they went through to be more accepting of those who are different, they're still a bunch of cowards. Well, after Spookly sets out on his own, Mistletoe runs into this suspicious raccoon who says that he'll give him what he needs in exchange for his collar. Why exactly does Mistletoe trust this guy? Maybe because they do a song together.
Christmas star, oh Christmas star, shine your light down from afar.
Yeah, as you probably expected, there are quite a lot of songs in this 45-minute video. A couple of them feel unnecessary, but never quite as pointless as Boris's I Love to Eat Bugs song. Speaking of which, where are the Bat siblings in this video? Are they hibernating? Oh hey, there they are, just hanging out in a subtle cameo. Guess they are hibernating. Parents may want to point that out to their kids who want to see the bats again because they're pretty easy to miss. Anyway, it turns out the raccoon's special bag was full of 3 homeless kittens, hence the title, Christmas Kittens. At first, Mistletoe keeps trying to push them away because he doesn't want to suddenly be a dad. He just wants to get home. But the kittens never give up trying to bond with Mistletoe, especially when Spookly finds the group and encourages the kittens. At this point, the movie is rather predictable. The group struggles to keep up a shelter while the rest of the farm residents keep doing their show auditions. At some point, Mistletoe saves one of the kittens from a frozen fate, which helps the bond grow. Again, it's predictable, but I realize it's mostly predictable by adult standards. To a 5-year-old, they'll likely be very interested in what's happening because the video uses its characters and music to keep the attention of the kids in the audience. When the group starts making their way back to the farm, a storm kicks up and creates a snow barrier on the barn door, trapping all the farm residents inside just when they finally decide to try to help. While I attempt to avoid spoilers, let me describe the ending. When Spookly sees that the barn is sealed shut, he suggests that Mistletoe get himself and all the kittens inside the farmer's house for warmth. After some dramatic and emotional moments, all the cast manage to break their way outside, but poor Spookly is frozen to the porch. Luckily, with a little teamwork, all of his friends manage to break out of the barn just in time to save him from a frozen pipe falling on his head. Inside the house, Mistletoe hides in an empty present box after he stuffs the kittens inside stockings. It seems that the farmer's kids heard all of this because they come running down the stairs just in time to find the kittens and Mistletoe, deciding right then and there that they are obviously presents for them, and so they adopt them. A happy ending for everyone. I won't spoil the surprise reveal at the end. My overall thoughts on this movie is that it's better than the original in some ways, but not as good in other ways. While a lot of the charm of the original wasn't there, and some of the writing wasn't as good, the animation for this movie is better and the story feels like it has less filler. It has some good songs to keep the kids entertained, even if it feels excessive at times. While it's not a perfect movie, plenty of adults will find themselves cringing through it. It is a good little kids movie to blend Halloween with Christmas in a non-scary way. If you liked this review, then check out our previous reviews of Spookly the Square Pumpkin and The Nightmare Before Christmas. Happy Holidays, friends!